जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यमुनातीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
टाइगर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव श्रीपाद गुरुदेव श्रीपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव श्रीपाद गुरुदेव श्रीपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव
जय गुरुवरा शिला श्रीपाद की जय जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय जय श्री गौर निताय की जय श्री गोपाल देव की जय श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय श्री जगन्नाथ बल्लेश्वर महारानी की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय 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 श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्
ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
अष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवतसेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवति उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी.
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter number 17, Text number 1. सबको अनम्यूट कीजिए प्रभु जी. Please unmute everybody so that everybody can repeat. श्री सुक उवाच
श्रीशुक उवाच
यतश्चान्तर्हितो अनन्तस्
यतश्चान्तरहितो अनन्तस्
तस्यै कृत्वा दिशे नमः.
तस्यै कृत्वा दिशे नमः.
विद्याधरश्चित्रकेतुस्
विद्याधरश्चित्रकेतुस्
चचार गगने चरः.
चचार गगने चरः.
Translation. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, after offering obeisances to the direction from which Ananta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, had disappeared, Chitraketu began traveling in outer space as the head of the Vidyadharas. Please repeat. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, after offering obeisances to the direction from which Ananta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, had disappeared, Chitraketu began traveling in outer space as the head of the Vidyadharas. Text 2-3. Salaksham Varshalakshanam Avyahata Balendriyaha Stuyamano Mahayogi Munibhi Siddhacharinae Charane Kulachalendra Dronishu Nana Sankalpa Siddhishu Reme Vidyadhara Stribhir Gapayan Harim Iswaram. Being praised by great sages and saints and by the inhabitants of Siddhaloka and Charanaloka, Chitraketu, the most powerful mystic yogi, wandered about, enjoying life for millions of years, with bodily strength and senses free from deterioration. He traveled within the valleys of Sumeru mountain, which is a place of perfection for various kinds of mystic power. In those valleys, he enjoyed life with the women of Vidyadhara Loka by chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Hari. Purport. It is to be understood that Maharaj Chitraketu, although surrounded by beautiful women from Vidyadhara Loka, did not forget to glorify the Lord by chanting the holy name of the Lord. It has been proved in many places that one who is not contaminated by any material condition, who is a pure devotee, engaged in chanting the glories of the Lord, should be understood to be perfect. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chikshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Swarupa Damodara Swami Nitramine. Namaha Sadbhaktamanaye Manipurudbhavaya Cha Prabhupada Satvani Prachara Niritayate. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pachacha Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Pranam to all the devotees participating in Bhagavat discussion. So, we have witnessed in the previous chapter the glorious fortune of King Chitraketu, who had the counsel of Narada Muni, and as a result, he could see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Anantadev, and he offered prayers to Lord Anantadev, and Lord Anantadev enlightened him at the end that so if you accept this conclusion of mine, being unattached to material enjoyment, adhering to me with great faith, and thus becoming proficient and fully aware of knowledge and its practical application in life, you will achieve highest perfection by attaining me. So here he already had darshan of the Lord, but here the Lord is saying, you will attain me. So it is, in one sense, is perfect to have the darshan of the Lord, but at the same time, it is still, the journey is still there to fully attain the Lord, or to fully attain in the association of the Lord. So for that, what the Lord has given, two things. One is accept the conclusions of the Lord, being unattached to material enjoyment, and adhering to the Lord with great faith, and apply it in the life. Then you will attain highest perfection by attaining me. So these two are important. One is to accept the conclusions of bhakti, at the same time not being attached to material enjoyment. Because material enjoyment is an impediment on the path of devotional service, because they cross roads, they cross each other in the purpose, because there is always conflict of interest for material enjoyment and spiritual upliftment. This is especially true if we are in the association of our family members, because generally family members, their priority is their welfare, their comfort, their happiness, material happiness. So therefore it becomes more tricky and complicated when one enters family life. So when one has to deal with one's own mind, but then when enters into the family life, he also has to deal with the minds of all the family members, in the sense that he has to struggle to survive the demands and temptations of the association of the family members, friends, relatives, and the society, and in the workplace. Because there is always distraction from the material engagement because of the engagement of our associates, whom we associate with. So therefore, one has to accept the conclusions of the bhakti or the path of bhakti without being attached to material enjoyment. Then, what is the symptom that we are unattached? That we will be able to freely say no. Anukulyana sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. So that is the symptom that we are unattached. We will be able to say no without being worried about future support or future material enjoyment, right? So if somebody says something towards material engagement or enjoyment, so we think, oh, okay, I should, otherwise in future he may not help me, or in future he may not help in my material enjoyment. So therefore, let me do it. So in this way, we try to compromise on a daily basis. So that becomes a great impediment, these material obligations. But for a devotee who is serious on the devotional path, anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjuna. Anukulyana sankalpa pratikulyasya varjuna. So what is favorable, he accepts without worrying about what the consequences are for his material comforts. Similarly, whatever not favorable, he rejects without worrying about his future material enjoyment or future material comfort. So if one is able to do in that way, then he will attain the Lord. Because his devotion will mature into enough concentration, enough avesh, enough attitude, or enough force towards the lotus feet of the Lord, that nothing would distract him naturally. Right? In the sadhana stage, we have to think and say no. But when one becomes perfect, he doesn't need to think. It naturally comes no. So, but in the beginning stage, it naturally comes no to devotional engagement. Right? No, first the thing, the word the first comes is no. That is very natural for us towards bhakti. But as we progress, naturally no comes for the material engagement, material enjoyment. So therefore, though Chitraketu is perfect in one sense, another sense, the Lord is indicating that he had a journey ahead to reach him, finally attain his association. But it is no less glory to have the darshan of the Lord. So, because that will ultimately lead to the highest perfection. So, we can say that, but the darshan of the Lord itself is the highest perfection, because by that darshan, he will be able to quickly transform himself. Just like Narada Muni also, Lord gave darshan to the Narada Muni and then disappeared. But that darshan is sufficient enough that it will drive the person to the perfection very soon. That is the glories of the Lord. That is the glories of the holy name, and that is the glory of the pure devotee of the Lord. Just like our Guru Maharaj Srila Shripad, right? So our association with Sripad Maharaj may be less than our association with many in this world, but that association is so pure and powerful that it will drive us to the perfection, because that purity, that taste, by darshan of the Lord, by darshan of the association of the pure devotee, we taste the nectar of Bhagavata, Dharma, Bhagavata association, Bhagavata perfection, Bhagavata path. So therefore, that drives, we will not forget. Just like once you eat the most wonderful, tasty food, you will not forget wherever you go, whatever you eat, because that is completely captivating the mind. So similarly, once one has the close association, darshan of the Lord or the pure devotee, that will drive our whole life. The impression stays, and that state we hanker again and again, and that will drive us our perfection, drive us towards perfection. But still, there is the journey in between. One should not be complacent, or one should not take it for granted that one has perfected. Until one reaches the destination, one cannot be sure, one cannot be complacent that he achieved the goal. So therefore, always one should be careful to avoid material enjoyment and embrace the devotional path, because there is much more enjoyment in devotional path. If we are unable to see, then we are very in the very beginning stage. So after having the darshan of the Lord, Chitraketu began traveling out as the head of the Vidyadharas. So how he is already head of the Vidyadharas, or he became Vidyadharas, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, that it is definitely in the interest of all the Vidyadharas to accept Chitraketu, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, who had darshan of the Lord, who had the personal association of the Lord. So it is, if a devotee becomes the head of the state, then that is in the best interest of the state. Similarly, any organization. So if we make the spiritually elevated person as the head of the organization, or the state, or city, or village, then that is in the best interest. So a person who is not disturbed by the material engagements and distractions, and who is fully dedicated to the Lord, so that is very beneficial for the society, for the state. So therefore, if you see in the later parts of Guru Maharaj's life, see in the last stage, Guru Maharaj established his University of Bhagavat culture, and also in the Radha Krishna Chandra trust. So in one of these, Guru Maharaj wrote, the head will be a sannyasi. Because Guru Maharaj has seen how the family life distracts the devotees from the proper line. So the head, Guru Maharaj wanted to have a sannyasi. So sannyasi means he has forgotten at least all the material obligations and is free from gross deviations, or gross misappropriating the temple or the society or the organization's properties or the goals or the direction. So it is in the interest of all the members to accept a spiritually elevated person as the head, and that will bring a great fortune, devotional fortune. And by the blessings of the Lord, King Chitraketu had very nice, healthy life, and he is praised by great saints, inhabitants of Siddhaloka, Charanaloka, because everyone, all the great sages and and the great yogis, they are all working hard. They are all trying so hard for. They are all doing great austerities and study of the scriptures and so many things they are doing just for the glimpse of the Lord, to see, have a darshan of the Paramatma in the heart, and have a darshan of the Lord. But Chitraketu, he very easily got the darshan of the Lord, because of the blessings of Narada Muni. Therefore, it is said, Lava matra sadhu sangha hoy, sarva siddhi hoy. So, sarva siddhi culminates in the siddhi of the Lord. having the darshan of the Lord. Lava matra sadhu sangha. So lava means about 10 power minus 5 or minus 7. Lava is 10 power minus 5, I think, seconds. So lava matra sadhu sangha. Matlab, it is so important, so glorious to have the association of a sadhu. To have, because by that association, one meeting of Narada Muni, he got so much blessing. Of course, he was having earlier orientation and engagement, but it is the touch of Srila Narada Muni that brought ultimate blessings in the form of darshan of the Lord, because he accepted whatever Narada Muni has offered him to be free from the family life. And so pure devotees, they cut all our knots and quickly bring to the highest perfection. That is the power of the pure devotees. So therefore, King Chitraketu has become source of inspiration for all other transcendentalists, yogis, sages, inhabitants of Siddhaloka, Charaloka. So he became such a mystic person. Oh, how mysterious Chitraketu is that he is able to have the darshan of the Lord. And he definitely has the blessings of this healthy body, and right, people get attracted to these, that like some yogi is living for 100, 200 years. Oh, he is living for 200 years. People get crazy about the material body, material opulence, or material perfection. So looks like our Chitraketu also has such mystic powers. So with bodily strength and senses free from deterioration, he traveled within the valleys of Sumeru mountain, which is a place of perfection for various kinds of mystic power. That means he traveled in this Sumeru mountain where all the mystics are doing meditation, tapasya, yoga, whatever, pranayama, ashtanga yoga, all the people are going to mountains, right? Many people go to Himalayas, or otherwise if they cannot go to Himalayas, they go to these kinds of places. But there are many places like this. Forests, mountains, they are very ideal places for these various mystic practices, yogic processes. And Sumeru mountain is a very famous one. So therefore, he used to travel there also, and he used to be among all other mystics, and maybe they are all wondering how he is having such a bodily strength and luster without undergoing this tapasya that we are doing. So therefore, and he may be visiting them every millennium, once in every 1,000 years or so. So therefore, because he lived for many millions of years, it is said, enjoying life for millions of years. So therefore, he must be visiting year after year, and maybe every 1,000 years, So in this way, they must be wondering, what kind of personality is Chitraketu? He looks like enjoying his life, but he has all bodily perfections that a mystic person achieves. So therefore, he traveled with the mystic power he attained by having the darshan of the Lord. So a devotee attains all this as a side product, though they are not interested in those. In those valleys, he enjoyed life with the women of Vidyadhar Loka by chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Hari. So this is the symptom of a pure devotee or a serious sadhaka, that even in the association of women, he doesn't give up chanting the glories of the Lord. So it means that all of us should be engaged, especially those who are in the family life. We should have a weekly program, have a sankirtan or a class, make a nice prasad, invite all the devotees. At least this much we should do. And because that will bring a great lot of fortune and a great chance of achieving the fortune that Chitraketu has achieved. So, unless we open the doors to the sadhus by organizing such programs, so we will be deprived of the mercy of the saintly persons. So, yeah, just inviting a saintly person for even for even offering some prasadam, that also will help. But the best is to have these programs regularly, once in a week, in a house. So yeah, a devotee means he must have a program, weekly program in his house. Otherwise, it is not a perfect atmosphere he lives in, because he is the same. He is unable to prioritize the devotional benefit, devotional anukulyasya sankalpa. This is anukulya. This is the house. Will be purified by such visiting of the devotees, serving of the Vaishnavas and their association, and not worry about any drawbacks. Because every endeavor may have some imperfections or some drawbacks, but that is where our character is shown. What we value material things, or we value spiritual things, and that that defines what we are and where we will be. So take the inspiration from Chitraketu and engage in the chanting the glories of the Lord in the association of the devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So any questions, please come forward.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for this wonderful class. And yeah, if anyone is having any question regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Holiness Respect Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Maharaj, in purport there is one more point mentioned by Prabhupada that
Yeah,
should not
please.
undermine even
Undermine?
yeah, although surrounded by beautiful women. I mean, although surrounded by beautiful women from Vidyadhar Loka, Chitraketu did not forget the glory, the Lord by to glorify the Lord by chanting the holy name of the Lord. It has been
Yes.
proved in many places that one who is not contaminated by any mental condition, who is a pure devotee engaged in chanting the glories of Lord, should be understood to be
To be
perfect.
perfect.
So even
Yes.
the
Yes. So Chitraketu is perfect because his priority is clear. His priority is not contaminated by the association. So we can also take inspiration and keep our priorities all the time. Anything you want to say further? Something?
no Maharaj. Fine, our Goan Maharaj is having something. Maharaj.
Yes. Any of you please want to offer any additional comments or add? Please come forward. We have enough time. All of you are welcome.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, lot of perspective changes depending on which ashram one is situated in. So, actually, still ultimately the awakening is the real thing, nah? Because whatever situation one may be there, but without awakening, of course, then these ashrams become very critical. After awakening, once who's awakened, then he won't be entangled. But before awakening, these ashrams play a very scientific role because in sannyas ashram or in the ashram life, one is naturally through association is creating wonderful association, uh, positive association, anukulyasya sankalpa. So for the conditioned soul, even sadhaka is supposed to be very careful what to associate, what to imbibe. So that's a very wonderful point Your Holiness brought. My question is regarding this, King Chitraketu attaining the perfection, seeing the Lord face to face. That's definitely highest perfection. Still, the Lord is saying that you do these things now and you will attain further highest perfection. So the Lord is as if guaranteeing his ultimate upliftment at the same time. So can we? It's like the Lord made him, gave him the adhikara. How to say adhikara in English? Adhikara means his right, his prerogative. Gave him the adhikara, personally coming and telling him that he will attain highest perfection. But at that point, he is not right away made eligible. So is there some connection between expressing the adhikara and still the eligibility is missing as if?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So adhikar, he got the adhikar when he accepted Narada Muni direction. So therefore Lord is bound to appear because he accepted the pure devotees. Because a devotee of my devotee is really my devotee. Or he is devotee of my devotee. A devotee of my devotee means accepting the path, accepting the instruction from the from the devotee of the Lord. So Narada Muni's, when he accepted Narada Muni's enlightenment in regards to his family life and children, he is able to overcome his grief as well as attain greatest transcendental fortune. So he gave the adhikar. Narada Muni gave the adhikar to have darshan of the Lord. That he will have darshan of the Lord. So when Narada Muni says, Kaunteya pratajani name bhakta pranashyati. Arjuna, you please declare. So, but when Narada Muni says you will see the Lord, then Lord has obligation to his devotee to appear. So the Lord is appearing because he is obliged to the statements given by Narada Muni. At the same time, he is also pleased with Chitraketu because he accepted the instruction of Narada Muni. So the adhikar he has already got, but it is like having the visa, but one has to still travel to go there, to go to that country. So for that, there are things he has to purchase a ticket, you go to airport, board a plane, and then get down. So we can understand in this way. So one cannot be, after we get the visa, we cannot think we reach there. So still there is a process to finally reach the destination. For that also there is a process. So Lord appeared because in both ways he's obliged to appear because of Narada Muni. At the same time, he is also pleased with Chitraketu in that great difficult situation uh, to accept the instruction given Narada Muni, right? He is in grief of his very small child he has left. And Narada Muni is coming and saying this family is Maya. This family uh, is the greatest illusion. So one could quite get angry also at Narada Muni that one would not even dare to say such things in that situation. But Narada Muni, being a transcendental personality, is able to say, and Chitraketu is being fortunate, is able to accept. That is his turning point in his life. The Narada Muni came and he got that benediction, and that is the beginning of his purification or his liberation from the material world. So therefore, he saw the Lord gave the darshan, and Lord gave the enlightenment also, and the Lord told what to do next also. So therefore, he still has to follow that process and attain the Lord, because path is cleared. He has to traverse the path, and so therefore, he becoming Vrittasura in the next life is also arrangement of the Lord, so that he quickly becomes free from material attachment and material conception. Because ultimately we have to give up our material attachments and attach to the Lord. So this flip or this transformation is necessary to associate with the Lord. One has to forego, one has to give up his identity with the material atmosphere, material relations, and identify himself with the Lord, Sri Guru, and his family. So one has to switch the family. We have to switch the family sooner or later. So just like we had the great fortune of having the association of the Lord, association of Srila Shripad, but that doesn't mean that we are there with the Lord. But our path is cleared and we have to travel. Our path has been nice, highway has been made without any confusion and without any potholes. Nice vehicle is there. We just have to travel. But those who don't get the association of the Lord, it is like a full dense forest. Don't know which way to go, what is the direction. So in that sense, we can say he has a ticket, still he has to travel. And we, whatever ashram we are, there are great personalities. We can take inspiration from them, like Chitraketu, and engage ourselves in their footsteps, so that we can ultimately free from all these ashramas and be interested only in the Lord and his pure devotee. Maharaj, please add if anything missing.
No, nothing is nothing is missing, Maharaj. This is Bhagavatam. Everywhere the same thing is. Just a reference came to my mind.
Yes, Maharaj.
Regarding when the Lord gave the darshan to Muchukunda Maharaj. And he wanted direct service of the Lord. Still the Lord kept him distance, didn't give him. He asked him to do certain things because being a king, lot of adoptions, lot of bhavas and different things. So Lord wanted to create that eligibility. Adhikar the Lord gave. So there is a subtle difference between adhikara and eligibility. Once adhikar means once somebody marries someone prominent, suppose the prince, and naturally she becomes, she gets adhikar to become the queen or the mother of the future king, something like that. But she has to wait. The girl has to grow to the motherhood. So she has adhikar to become the mother, but she cannot demand that, oh, I'm eligible for mother. No, to become eligible she has to wait certain time. And so same thing in case of Arjuna. Although Arjuna is playing the role as like a conditioned soul, Lord tells him his adhikar is highest. Niryoga kshem atmavan. You are having me because like that. But still he is preaching to him to perform his varnashram duty. So his adhikar is only to, at that time, apparently, to perform his duty as a kshatriya. But because he is directly directed by the Supreme Lord, one should not become confused that Arjun is just eligible only for his this varnashram dharma. The Lord has already established his adhikara as his intimate associate. The Lord himself has become his Partha Sarthi. So we should. But the whole idea here, the point you brought out, that a devotee, even after attaining darshan of the Lord, his hankering has to increase, his desperation for having, just as Narad Muni's hankering increased, Muchukunda's hankering also increased here. Chitraketu Maharaj is, he already desired that he acknowledged the most blessed position of his spiritual master, Narad Muni and Angira Rishi with him. And he said, these are most blessed because the Lord acts through them. The Lord is fully controlled by them. How to attain such a blessed position? So, spiritual masters' highest blessedness should be aspired, should be desired. How can I become as pure as? How can I become fully blessed? Because fully blessed position is something to be aspired, to be hankered after. And that way, he will be saved from aspiring so many other things in between. One has to aspire, and in order to do that, one has to acknowledge who is most blessed, who is fully blessed. That's why for sadhaka, to appreciate the glory and the position of the spiritual master becomes the ultimate thing to check on his consciousness, how he's developing, and how he's, even when he's advancing, how he's still seeing the most advanced position, most blessed position of the spiritual master. Because there is a tendency in the material upbringing and material tendency that when one becomes advanced enough and he say, well, I'm very close to my spiritual master, and I am just as advanced as him. Even if he is there, this would be the test. We cannot afford to think that we are now as advanced. Of course, others may call us very advanced and very learned, very this and that. But when it comes to the spiritual master, he always holds the exclusive, fully blessed, most advanced position for the disciple. For this, so that way we can appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Yes, very nice, Maharaj. Yeah, we basically the association of the Lord or the pure devotee cannot even be compared with liberation. That means that having darshan of the Lord and having a darshan or association or shelter of the pure devotee like Srila Shripad, liberation is already there. It cannot even be compared with liberation. Means liberation is a very, very small thing compared to the pure devotee. But liberation is something different from attaining the Lord. Attaining liberation and attaining the Lord are two different things. To attain the Lord, one needs to have a hankering for the Lord, like Your Holiness said, the most important thing. Laulyam ekalam hi mulyam. So that laulyam is very, very important. That the Lord, being the supreme being, we cannot be spaced out. We cannot be in the association of the pure devotees and be spaced out on something else. So then we will not be allowed in that association because that is a disturbance there. There, all the associates, they are fully absorbed in the Lord. They have no other distraction. The only distraction is the Lord. Lord is the attention as well as distraction, everything. So therefore, in order to remain, to attain the Lord means to be in the association of such pure devotees. We have to also upgrade ourselves because we cannot be in the association and think about something else other than the Lord. So that one has to travel, that journey one has to travel to attain the Lord. So we can say liberation is already there for Chitraketu, or you, for that matter, whoever attained the shelter of a pure devotee. But the training of the pure devotee is to detach from the material engagement, material attachment, and attach fully to the Lord. That's what the instruction of the Lord at the end, that whatever I told you, please do it without being attached to material enjoyment. Because liberation can be offered even those who are materially attached, because we see those who are killed by the Lord, they attain liberation. It doesn't mean that they are, before being liberated, they are free from material enjoyment. But still, because of the darshan of the Lord or being killed by the Lord, they get liberation. So therefore, liberation is very, very small thing when compared with the what the Lord and the pure devotee of the Lord has to offer us. So we cannot compare even with liberation. What to speak about material benedictions, which are meant for those who are meant for death. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, yes, Maharaj, very wonderful. But this lolyam is not possible without remorsefulness, without acknowledging
At
one's,
I
one's
am deprived.
yeah, yes, and that's why liberation is the greatest deprivation from Lord's
Hare
ultimate
Krishna.
blessing. And the Lord creates a situation where one can feel one's remorsefulness or fallen or one's degraded, whatever situation, and still feel that the Lord has blessed me so much, but still I'm so fallen, or so the remorsefulness of having done so many unwanted things. So let the Lord bless me. So he's hankering for more kripa, although he acknowledges the kripa of the Lord, without which he wouldn't be able to hanker even, and the mercy of the spiritual master. But in that remorsefulness, the Lord becomes very much impressed that although he is so blessed, he is hankering for more. And this is how the ultimate, the Parshadat or the association of the Lord is granted. Looks like the Lord loves desperation and remorsefulness in his devotee.
He demands.
And
Mahamekam Sharanam Raja.
although
Ananyas Chintayanto Maham.
although he has given him adhikar, because now in the vision of the devotee or sadhaka, the only hankering is to attain his association. So, and that hankering becomes his ultimate eligibility. Adhikar is already there, and the eligibility becomes his hankering for the ultimate which the Lord is hinting at.
Exactly, Maharaj. And that is possible by Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
Yes.
By keeping ourselves in the association of those who are free from these entanglements. Thank you, Maharaj. We would like to hear from other devotees. They want to say something and or ask. Please come forward. Who are there? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Our Shyamchandra Prabhuji has something to say, looks like. Empowered, he says empowered.
What
Could
is
you
up?
empower Shyamchandra ji? Everyone.
Our Jagadish Prabhuji has raised his hand. You want to say something, Prabhuji? Radha Madhav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Like my question is like, after we become pure, if you do marriage also no problem.
And there is impurity. So, after becoming pure, you don't want to be entangled in any material connection. That's what Narada Muni is saying. These are all illusion. Why do you want to again enter into illusion after getting purified? The desire to enter into illusion after getting purified is impurity. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Maharaj. Yeah, thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Maharaj ji.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Maharaj ji, the sadhus, they dedicate their life and for themselves and for others' welfare as well. But what to tell to those family members who consider them that they have left their homes and their parents, thinking them to be very hard-hearted, but they are actually doing so much welfare.
Yeah, we can tell it is for the welfare. It is good even for them. But still, we may not succeed in most of the cases. So we don't need, they may have hard heart, but we don't need to have hard heart. Sadhus don't need to have hard heart upon anybody. So, but the most difficult place to convince is the home. If one keeps that energy outside, he can make 100 homes for devotees. So we better focus outside, because in the home they always think this boy is a stupid. He doesn't know. He doesn't have knowledge, proper knowledge. So in the home, a sadhu is not appreciated in his home and in his hometown and in his desh. So therefore, a sadhu is advised not to go back, because he is never appreciated, because they have seen him from the childhood. So their vision is mostly material. They think they don't see the spiritual magnanimity of the sadhu. So sadhu is generally not appreciated in his hometown, home country. Country means in the places nearby. So it is normal. So we can try to, those who are close, they try to explain. It may be helpful, but mostly it will not be successful. They won't be convinced so easily in the home. You put that energy outside, you will be able to make more devotees, and that is more useful.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
There is one more question by another Mataji. Yes, Amritaji, please.
Pranam, Pranam Bharati, and
Dandavat
Pranam all the Maharajas, and
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna to all. I don't have any question. I just want to say two lines, and it's a very nice lecture and nice discussion with Sri Guru Maharaj. And so I just want to say two lines that about remorsefulness, that सोना जब तक तपता नहीं तब तक निखरता नहीं. As we will not go under the remorsefulness, the feeling that we are deprived of very beautiful association of Lord, and so the hankering to attain that beautiful association, it will not arise. And if and the remorsefulness, um, it gives the deepening to attain that hankering, to attain the hankering, to attain the association of our Lord, and make the feeling our deeper and deeper and more deeper. That's it. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, thank you very much. Yeah, that feeling of deprivation is a symptom that one is perfect. One is in the perfect path, in the perfect attitude. So, thank you, Mataji. Any other? Prabhuji?
No, Maharaji.
So, thank you all for patiently listening and blessing me, so that I am blessed with all your association and blessings. Please join again tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, Bhagavata discourse. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj Srila Shripad ki jai,
Jai.
Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yeah, so today evening at 8 o'clock, there is this Dr. T.D. Singh's book reading session is there. Monthly webinar, so please join. And yeah, thank you all for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.